I'm like, yeah, tell me about it. Some folks is easy. You just kind of drop in, hey, how you doing? But most of the visits, man, you're going to be there. I dropped in one day thinking I was going to be in and out because I had somewhere to go. 2 hours later, I was finally out. So, man, I wished I had time to do that, but here's the reality. Small group is your way to connect with this congregation, okay? Small groups are vital. So make sure that we present everybody with an opportunity to get involved in small groups. And again, if you don't know somebody, go and ask them, are you involved? You know, my name is so-and-so. What's your name? We're glad you're here. And, you know, just get to know them. And then eventually we want to say, are you involved in a small group? If they're not, invite them to yours. Invite them to yours. And if we need to start more small groups, and I believe we do, it's okay. We'll start more small groups. And then serving, so saved, set free, serving, encourage people to get involved. Encourage people to get involved. It's so easy. I remember years ago, a good friend of mine, is when Church of the Highlands came, they were in the airport strip mall over there. They came, and a lot of people started leaving, going over there, and one of my friends was one of them. And they moved into the new sanctuary over there, and I love them. I'm proud for them. But my friend told me, he said, Ricky, he said, because when you walk into here you can, this will hold about 400 or 500 people. But when you walk into a sanctuary that's got 1,500 people in it, it's a big difference. It's a big difference. Going from that little chapel to this was a big difference. As Pastor Mark said, it's kind of like a BB in a shoebox. You know, it's kind of bouncing around. It's wide open. And so my friend told me, he said, Ricky, he said, I can go in, I can sit down, and we can stay there the whole time. And it's up to us if we get involved or not. He said, we can get lost in the crowd or we can get involved in ministry. He said, it's up to us. That's where we come in. Okay, we don't want that effect here. We don't want people to be able to come in and just be unknown. Because, listen, they come here for a reason. Why did they come here? I'm thinking, listen, they can get coffee anywhere. You know, they can get the sweets anywhere. But what they can't get anywhere is Jesus. Okay? So make sure that we present them with an opportunity to get involved and know Jesus. I'm not going to call the name. Some of you know who I'm talking about. It's okay for people to serve in some areas, okay? You can't be a Sunday school teacher. You can't, there's certain ministries that we're not going to let people do that are not members. And there's certain ministries that we will let people do. They ain't got to be saved. They ain't got to be a member. If you want to, be in the parking lot and wave at people as they come in, you ain't got to be a member for that. If you want to be a part of the parking lot team and wave at people, you ain't got to be a member for that. You ain't got to be a member to go on some of our mission trips. There was years ago, there was a guy, one of our church members invited him to go on a mission trip. And so we went to Mexico. We were on our mission trip. And, in construction, people know what I'm talking about. You go on these job sites, you hear a lot of fussing, a lot of cussing, a lot of people just getting ready to throw down and just get with it out there. And so on our mission trip, we're building a church. And so it's a construction site. There ain't no fussing. There ain't no cussing. As a matter of fact, everybody's laughing, cutting up, having a good time. And I can remember that evening we had a little fire, and we were all sitting around the fire. And he spoke up and he said, I don't know what it is that y'all got, but I want it. And through serving, that man and his family got saved. And God has greatly used him. So you see, saved, set free, and serving. Growing, that's what we do. That's what we do. That's how God's going to grow us individually, but also grow us as a church. We're going to invite people to church. We're going to make them feel welcome when they get here. And we're going to try to give them opportunities to get involved. I've said this many times before. I'll say it again. Pine Grove's not for everybody. We're not. Church is like ice cream, folks. You got to figure out what flavor you like. All right? If I was not a part of Pine Grove, listen, one of the churches I would visit would be Greater Peace down in Opelika. I love Brother Jones. First Baptist down in Opelika, that wonderful church. A lot of my friends go there, and I appreciate them folks. Church of the Highlands, I love them. Love Pastor Chris and some of the other campus pastors that I know. But that's just, that's not my flavor. This is my flavor. This is my community. This is where I want to be. I like it when I can relate to people. There's some of my friends at First Baptist I can relate to, but then there's a lot of them I can't. We came up in different cultures. It's okay. It's okay. For the ones that this is their flavor, make sure we invest in them. Make sure we take the time to do what we need to do with them. Amen. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to take a break. Let's see, 9:40. We're going to be back here at 10 o'clock. So if you need to go to the restroom, I think we still got some biscuits and stuff left out here. You need to tear that stuff up, okay? It don't need to stay here. It needs to leave. So y'all take your time. We'll be back here at 10 o'clock. We're also fixing to have a drawing. So make sure you got your tickets handy. We're going to have a drawing. We're going to give out 4 prizes, and then we'll get started back about 10 o'clock. All right?
All right, y'all ready? Do y'all not hear that? Y'all ready? Okay, let me see what our first gift's going to be. Yeah, this is the rifle giveaway. Okay, our first gift is going to be a Revolution speaker. If you have the last 4 digits of 4161, it's yours. Woo! Yo, mama.
Hey, thank you.
You're so welcome. Okay. Now we have got a 10-liter waterproof dry bag. If you are 4158, woo! Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Okay, now we have got a. What am I doing? When I get ready to talk, I will. Now we've got a weighted Rachel Zoe throw. If you are 4156, let's see. And the last one for this round is a Hydro Peak 32-ounce jug. If you are 4142. Real men can rock a pink with white bow Hydro Peak jug.
All right, all right. If everybody want to circle back in, we'll get started again. All right. A few months ago, and I don't know how I ended up getting the invitation, but I did, and got an invitation to come to an open house at the Owen Center down in Auburn. And honestly, I didn't really know what the Owen Center was. And so I said, yeah, I read the invitation. I said, yeah, something I need to go to. And so I went down, and I got there a little early and had the wonderful opportunity of meeting with Dr. Braden Benson. And, man, you talking about a resource to our congregation and to our community. I was blown away by, they do biblical counseling. And it is, I actually, as I left, I know some people that have been there, and they speak extremely highly of the Owen Center. And so it just so happened, and I know what sparked me to go. A lot of people contact us through our website. We got it right there on the main page in the header. You got a contact